Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So trans athlete A.B. Hernandez has been honoured by State Senator Sabrina Cervantes for winning the triple jump and high jump in the girls' state championships in May. Hernandez was presented with 2 certificates on behalf of the California State Senate and delivered a speech recognizing the athletes' championships. Notice with this award, there was no sharing. This all went to the male athlete who competed in a women's championship. No one shared the stage with this person this time, and the girls were nowhere to be seen when it came to these honors. She said, "We just want to take a moment this evening to recognize A.B. Hernandez for their grit, their passion, and their dedication to this sport," Cervantes said. "I am just so proud to know that you continue to prevail despite all the noise out there, and you're focused on your goals and your dreams and your aspirations. We know how difficult it is to get to that level, to be an athlete at that level. And so, again, your dedication and passion is an inspiration to so many." I don't even know where to begin. Don't even know where to begin with this, because it always seems to be it's the trans athlete who's elevated above the girls. They love the publicity, they love the attention apparently. We saw when it came to Leah Thomas, Penn State saw it as a photo opportunity to have the trans athlete holding the trophy despite this person tying with Riley Gaines, a woman. No female athletes who competed in the Girls State Track and Field Championship were honoured at the event on Friday. So the CIF decided that girls can share the podium with this person. The CIF was good enough to allow the girls to get a consolation prize. "Oh yeah, you can share the top spot with this person. Oh yeah, you can stand on the podium with this trans athlete, with this male athlete competing in your competition." But when it comes to these honors, being given a speech, being recognized by the state senator, there is no sharing. There is no female athlete in sight. And obviously the state of California has been warned not to allow trans athletes, male athletes, to compete in women's competitions.
The CIF, the state's high school governing sports body, changed the rules to allow biological females to receive medals based on where they would have finished if a transgender athlete had not competed. They also allowed biological female athletes who fell shy of qualifying for this championship behind a transgender athlete a chance to compete in the finals this week. And now these last-minute rule changes came after President Donald Trump called out this situation on Truth Social as, quote, unfair and totally demeaning to women and girls. He also threatened to withhold federal funding from California if the state does not follow the executive order he signed back in February, seeking to ban biological males from participating in women's sports.
Control mode has been activated, and suddenly girls who were eliminated are being added back into the meet. And while that's a step in the right direction, let's be real. This never should have happened.
The Justice Department suing California over alleged Title IX violations. The lawsuit cites Governor Gavin Newsom's own words that biological males competing in women's sports is, quote, deeply unfair. The Justice Department slams policies that eviscerate equal athletic opportunities for girls, and they also require girls to share in intimate spaces such as locker rooms with boys, causing a hostile educational environment that denies girls educational opportunities. And speaking of education, the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, joins us now. I think we have to just go back and listen to Governor Newsom in his own words. This is when he did a podcast with Charlie Kirk.
I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. It is an issue of fairness.
So
it's deeply unfair.
Would you speak out against this young man, A.B. Hernandez, who right now is going to win the state championship in the long jump? I can see you wrestling with it.
No, I'm not wrestling. I'm not wrestling with the fairness issue. I totally agree with you.
We told Governor Newsom that we'd be investigating these violations. We found California to be in violation of Title IX. We turned it over to the Justice Department, and they announced this morning that they were filing suit against California.
The governor himself admitted that it's deeply unfair. And then this state senator goes on to say, "We know how hard you work." How do you think it feels for the female athletes who work very hard, but yet are in a position that they cannot compete with? They are not male, they are females, and they have been forced to compete in a situation that is deeply unfair. That's the sports that's been offered to them. You can compete in sports, but you're going to have to share the podium. You're going to have to compete against male athletes. You're going to have to face a competition that's not based on a level playing field. No matter how hard you work, you will never have a male body. You will never have the advantages that males have when it comes to athletic endeavors. And if you complain about it, you're a bigot. You're noise. That's the message that's been given to these female athletes. And we can see what's going on here. The whole sharing the podium, the CIF's new policy, is far from a solution. It was just something they threw at us to shut us up for 5 seconds. It's very insincere. When it comes down to it, their priority is the male athlete. Females who finished behind the biological male would be appropriately rewarded a medal based on where they placed among female competitors. That was the changes made by the CIF. During the medal ceremonies, for 3 events, the female competitors who finished 1 spot behind Hernandez had to stand next to the trans athlete on the podium. So when the female athletes compete, they have to share their accolades. They have to share their spot. That rightfully belongs to them. But when it comes to the male athlete being honored, he doesn't have to share anything. So there were heavy protests while all of this was going on. A plane flying a banner said no boys and girls sports while the competition was going on. A plane flew over the stadium. I believe Icons helped arrange that. And then was a local conservative activist, Joss Fulfer. He was attacked with a flagpole.
We were out there, about a dozen of us were rallying for the female athletes that were having to compete against a male. We were out there for a couple hours, had no incidents whatsoever. And so we had to walk a couple blocks to our vehicle. And we got in the vehicle on our way home, and we pulled up to an intersection, and we passed the intersection where we were actually rallying at. And at first, when I pulled up, I seen a flag, and I thought it might have been one of our attendees that was on the corner. And I look over, and it was a person holding a trans flag. And I don't know exactly what was being yelled or whatever, but they looked over. You could tell they recognized me. And they said some things, and I said something to the effect of, if you're so proud of your cause, why do you have a mask on? Why are you hiding your identity? And next thing I know, that person's darting out across the intersection, and I hit record, when they were about 10 feet away, and they started assaulting me with the flagpole through my driver's side window. At that point, probably got, I don't know how many hits in, and I had pepper spray on me. I pulled out the pepper spray. My wife yelled, "Spray them," and I sprayed them, and it took them kind of down a little bit. At least, they screamed, "You pepper sprayed me," and then that got the flagpole out of the vehicle, and then they started vandalizing the car, hitting the top of the roof of the car and the door of the car. I ran the red light, and I pulled over at the closest place that was actually safe to pull over, and I get out of my vehicle to go over there, and I noticed that Clovis PD had jumped the fence at Buchanan, or at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and they had already had that person that did that in custody.
Hopefully, federal funding will be lost swiftly, because that seems to be the only way. Girls continue to be disrespected here. Their hard work and achievements continue to be ignored, while the male athletes competing in the wrong category continue to be elevated, continue to be the priority. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves, and God willing, I will see you in the next video.